What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. Sorry I'm down here in the mining room and it's, got some fans on, got a couple rigs running. But I figured I need to go ahead and do an inventory of all the hardware I have because I'm going to be moving a majority of it over to the new spot, the new store, the little computer shop. So, yeah, I really don't even know what I have, like, in total. I have, like, a rough idea. But I figure I'm going to go through... I'm going to say everything as I'm going through, and then I can go back and watch the video and like total it all up kind of thing and go from there. Not all of this is going to be initially for sale. I really do want to keep the 30 series, so I'm going to omit that from the inventory. And I think 20 series I'm going to let ride. We're going to let 20 series go. And I may keep some 6000 series, some of my 6800s. I like those cards, but a lot of the other ones, 6600s, the 6600 XTs, those are gonna go into builds. So yeah, if you're new here or if you're just tuning back in, I am starting a little small computer shop, and this is kind of like behind the scenes of getting everything ready because, yeah. But 10 series, 20 series, 5000 series, and lower end 6000 series AMD is all gonna be pushed up to the computer shop and go into some budget builds. So yeah, all right, let's hop to it. All right, starting over here, we have a 550 watt power supply, a 510 watt power supply, a B550, a B550, a 5900X, a 5900X. This is I believe this is a 6600. Yep, a regular 6600. This is a RX 580. This is a... I'm not exactly sure. Oh, another RX 6600 right there. And then 4 RX 570s. And these are 8 gigabyte 570s. 1070 Ti. Miscellaneous RAM, I'm not going to include that in inventory. This system's already sold, so that's not going to be going into inventory. That is I believe this is a big old 1060. Yeah, that's a GTX 1060. That one's dead. Here is a RTX 2060. Going up top, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A full 8 card rig of MSI. I believe those are Mech V2s. Those are RX 570 8 gigs. Over here we have, what is this bad boy? Oh, these are mostly 30 series, so we're gonna omit those. 1, 2, 3, 4 6600 XTs. One, that's a 6700 XT. This is a 5700 XT. That's a 6800 RX 6800. I'm probably gonna let that one go into a build. 1660 A2000. 2 RX 578 gigs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6600s non-XT. 1 RX 570 8 gig right there. What we got over here? This is a 1060, 1660, 1660, 1660. What's this bad boy? Yeah, 1060, and then 3 578 gigs. So majority of my older cards, letting those go. Not going to be including those. 570. What are these? Oh, 5500s. Okay, so 2 RX 5500s, 578 gig. I think this is a 30 series. I'm gonna keep this one. Yep, that's a 3070. I believe, what is this, a A4000? keep that probably to 6 1660s and another 5 1660s down there. 578 gig. What's this bad boy? Oh, another, that's a 3070. Not going to include that. 450 watt power supply, 460 watt power supply, a B450, and this has a 3800X in it. And then this is a, I'm not sure what motherboard. It's covering up the name. Is it this? Is it the ASRock right here? I'm not sure what this has in it. Well, since it's not running, let's pull it apart. Bear with me for 1 second. Alright, so this CPU ended up not wanting to come off very easy. It stuck to the cooler. I tried rocking it side to side. It still just would not come out. So it came out with the cooler. It's another Ryzen 7 3800X. So yeah, got a good little assortment of hardware. Looks like that had a stick of 8 gigs of DDR4. And both of these systems had an 8 gig stick and an 8 gig stick. As for, I forgot to mention these motherboards. These are all like mining motherboards. So I don't know if I'll be retrofitting those into gaming systems or not. Probably not. But that's a majority of the hardware. Everything else I'm either keeping or I don't feel good about selling. Like this is a water-cooled card, but the water cooler was leaking. We were able to fix it, but I'm still probably not going to sell it because it was done jankily. Oh, hold on. I forgot about these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 RX 570s. Definitely going to be getting rid of those. I don't think those are going to be profitable into the future. Oh, that's got a i7, I believe a 10700 and a motherboard to match. And then it's got one of those Radeon Instinct cards, but I'm not going to get rid of the Instinct card. And also 8 gigs of RAM in there. I have a lot more RAM on order, so RAM's not really a big thing. There's just, you know, finding out the value of what I had or what I have to actually put into systems. Like right here, this is my trusty old girl right here. This is a GT 1030. This actually took the place of, I had a GTX 750. But I love these cards because you can plop them in real quick, test systems with it. They don't need external power. Never getting rid of this thing. I said that about my GTX 750, but I ended up breaking it somehow or another from swapping it from system to system. And anyway, it ended up falling on the floor and it broke off the front little nub. So I loved that 750, but the 1030 has definitely taken its place. A little bit better. Well, I don't know if it's even better performance-wise, but smaller form factor. I like it. HDMI. They're cool little cards for, you know, working on stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I do have a bulk order coming in of motherboards and CPUs. So whenever that gets in, we'll be going through that together. And if you guys enjoy this, hold on, let me flip this. There we go. So yeah, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, there's going to be a bunch of it, especially trying to get the actual shop set up. So I've reached out to a couple people. Definitely going to have a lot of help, so that's always cool. But it's, you know, it's gonna be a fair bit of work, but it's one of those things, like, I'm gonna enjoy it too, because everybody's like, oh, is it gonna be worth it? Is it gonna be worth it? Well, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. If it turns into something, that'll be great. If not, just a little hobby. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So let me total all that stuff up, and I'm gonna put it onto an Excel sheet, and I'll be right back. All right. All right, so I watched my video and went through and totaled up the stuff that I want to end up using for, like, builds and stuff. Notable mentions, we have 21 578 gigs. Those are awesome for budget builds. Let's see what else. 11 6600s, another good budget build card. 15 1660 supers, more great budget build cards. And then a couple four power supplies, 4 motherboards, and then 4 CPUs, or, well, yeah, 4 CPUs. Those are not necessarily budget oriented CPUs or motherboards, but I do have more inventory coming in soon. Let me flip this around. A lot of people ask me, what do I try to include in my budget build systems? And I at least always do quad core i5s. Basically anything above like an i5 3570, that's kind of like the bare minimum. I was using those years ago, and I can't believe that people are still, like, you know, I mean, they're actually still usable, but I just feel like they're just so old now. Something newer. I've been doing a lot with the i5 7400s. Whenever I can scoop some of the first gen Ryzen stuff, I grab it, but it seems to be holding a pretty good value, surprisingly. So trying to get my hands on like Ryzen 3s and Ryzen 5s, I end up paying more money than trying to buy like locked i5s. Locked i5s pulled out of like office computers and that kind of thing, being resold at recyclers on eBay. That's kind of like, that's key right there. As for cases, I basically just buy whatever kind of RGB cases are on sale at the time. Motherboards, I'm not really a stickler about it. And then I always start off with 8 gigabytes of RAM. One thing that I do want to have is just more customizability, I guess. So if people come in the store and want to add RAM, I'm going to try to keep RAM on hand. If they want to go to a bigger storage drive, I'm going to keep those on hand. And then if they want to swap out graphics cards or basically anything else on the system, I'll have that there. Probably won't be keeping a lot of alternate CPUs or alternate motherboards in the same generation. Basically, I'll just buy a CPU and then buy a motherboard to match it. So if they want to step up to another CPU, they're probably going to step up to a different motherboard as well. But just having options is the name of the game. So just let somebody start off at like a $300-400 system, and if they want to add some more, they can. It's just fairly easily. And that's been my shtick in the past. Just gonna kind of expand upon that, but do it safely and intelligently. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna hop off here. It's getting late. I hope y'all have a good night. If you have any advice, I'd love for you guys to drop it down below, and hopefully we'll be boxing some stuff up and taking it up there to the new shop here soon. I am on the hunt for like countertops to go into the place. Like, I don't know if I should go with like the glass counters or something. Maybe my friends were talking about like we can make something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I definitely need some desks where like the test systems are gonna go. Just lots of options. All right, for real though, y'all have a good night. Adios.